Let's look at some tricks and tips for building a better resume. We're going to talk about master resumes and customizing your resume for each job you apply to, using the right typeface, action words for job bullets, working in numbers and keywords, and adding some extra space when you need it. So let's start with master resume. A master resume is literally what it sounds like. It's a resume with everything on it, every job, every bullet you can think of for every job. You're never going to send out your master resume. What you do is you use it as a repository. So you may have a 4-page master resume. Then what you do is for each job you apply to, you customize your resume. You pull from your master resume. So you might have your main job that you worked might have 8 bullets on your master resume, but you only include 4 or 5 on each version of your resume. Which bullets you include depends on which job you're applying to. This allows you to kind of drag and drop, so it were, and build the perfect resume for each job you're applying to, customizing it to put your best foot forward. The next thing is typeface. Most people don't know this. There are 2 types of fonts, serif and sans serif. Serif is the one with a little foot and the little ends on the T here, and the smooth T is sans serif. Okay? You want to use a serif font for the body of your resume. Why? Because it's easier for people to read. Now, most people aren't aware of this, so if you use a sans serif font for your resume, someone might look at your resume, it's hard to read, they don't know why. They just know it's hard to read. Okay, so this is a little insider tip to help you build a better resume. You can use sans serif fonts for headlines, for large type, for maybe section headings if you want. Use action words for bullets. We've talked about this, but here's an example. Okay, this is a bullet under one of your jobs. Was responsible for 4 other employees. That's weak. Okay, someone put you in charge. You need to sound like you were the one taking the action. Managed 4 other employees. Supervised 4 other employees. Those are strong action words. So make sure all of your bullets start with an action word. Use numbers. This is a magic bullet, so to speak, for a resume. It doesn't even have to be a big number, and this is one of those situations where we write out the number, not the word. So instead of saying created schedule for employees, created schedule for 4 employees. This is a little mental trick, and what it does, when you use a number in your explanation, the person reading it will form a mental picture of you actually acting out the activity. When you don't use a number, they are far less likely to create that mental image. It's a little mental trick that we use to get people to focus in on your resume. The next thing is keywords. In keywords, you have to read the job posting very, very carefully and make sure that your resume includes as many keywords as you can from the job description. So if they say they want someone who has supervised employees and your resume says you managed employees, that's not the keyword they're looking for. They're looking for supervised, right? So you can't make things up. You can't lie, but you can use different words to explain activities to make sure the words you use match up with the job description as closely as possible. It's actually quite common for companies, larger companies, to run the resumes through a computer program that counts how many keywords are on the resume. And if you don't have enough keywords, it takes your resume and throws it out, and a human being doesn't even see it. So you want to make sure you have those words on your resume. And then customize your resume, and you can use blank spaces to gain more room. Let's take a look at that. We're in Microsoft Word now, and we have Jane Doe's resume, and you'll notice as we scroll down, one of her bullets ended up on the 2nd page. She doesn't want to take out the bullet, so how can we get more room? Well, this is a really quick and easy trick that works with any word processor. You'll notice that if I click on the type here, you'll see that it's 12-point font, right? This is Bookman Old Style 12-point. But you'll notice also if I click in the blank space in between the sections, that is also 12 points. What I can do is change this space to, say, 8 points. Then change the next space to 8 points. Now, I'm only gaining 4 points, right? But I only need to gain 12 in order to get a line back. So every 3 blank spaces that I change, I gain 1 space. So all I do is change all the spaces to a smaller font, and I'm going to gain a whole bunch of space. I'm going to gain 2 or 3 spaces down the bottom. Notice my bullet is already up on this page, and I now have room to add another bullet onto here. I didn't take anything off the resume. All I did was change the spaces in between. So that is a quick trick to help you. So that's how we build a better resume. These are just some tricks, and if you didn't catch them, go back and watch the video again.